it going? Happy BOGO week.
Happy BOGO week, man. It's going. Let me just tell you, it's great.
Yeah, it's always like exciting, but then you're like, oh,
Oh
now I
yeah.
have an extra bunch of hours of work this week.
That's exactly it. Like I have a love-hate relationship with BOGO week because it is awesome and it's so fun. But yeah, by the end of the week, I'm like, I need a vacation.
Yeah, totally. So for people just hopping on, like, what is BOGO week? What are we even talking about?
Yes. So BOGO week with doTERRA essential oils that we do it about maybe twice a year. And it's the opportunity to buy one, get one. And every day is a new BOGO. We never know what it is until the day of. And so it's a lot of fun. It's a great way to try new oils and ultimately pay for the price of one oil. And we really just dive into a lot of education during BOGO week too on how you can use all these oils for health purposes. And so yeah, so it keeps us really busy, but it's just a super fun time to really just educate and for everyone out there to get to experience new oils and save a lot of money doing it. So it's cool.
Yeah, yeah, and you're right. It's a good chance for education. I get educated too because they're often oils that I haven't used, like a little
Hmm.
more unusual, and I'm like, oh, okay, let me dig into this. But like
Yeah.
one day this week, I'm like, I'm too tired. I'm not even honestly. But today is the best one, I would say.
Today, hands down, best BOGO ever. I mean,
Yeah,
and it's amazing. Yeah.
it's super amazing. Can you share a bit about what today's special is?
Absolutely. Yeah. So today, when you buy a frankincense touch, a touch means it comes in a roller bottle and it's diluted with fractionated coconut oil. So it's great for kind of carrying around with you, travel, just easy application. One frankincense touch, and you get a jasmine touch for free. And this is insane. I've really never seen a BOGO like this. I've never had a BOGO that included frankincense before. And I mean, these are flying off the shelves. And if we have in the past sold out of BOGOs, and if that happens again, I have a feeling it will be today because frankincense is super, super popular because of all of its health benefits. It's considered the king of oils, and it's just known for its ability to support healthy cellular function and healthy cell turnover, which is super important in our overall health. And it has powerful anti-aging properties, reduces fine lines and wrinkles and dark spots and blemishes, and it supports thyroid health and digestive health and immune health. I mean, you name it, frankincense is going to be beneficial. And I love the touch form because it's just so easy to apply. Bottom of the feet, wrist, chest, back of the neck. Apply it to your temples if you've got a headache. I mean, it's just super, super easy. And this normally this normally retails for around $60, and the wholesale price is 45. And then same with jasmine, wholesale price of jasmine, because these are both super valuable oils. I mean, very, very valuable because of all their health benefits and just in the sourcing of a super high quality jasmine or frankincense is, you know, it's a pricier oil. And so jasmine wholesales for around $42 and you can get it for free. And we've actually, the Jasmine Touch is fairly new to doTERRA, actually. They launched it, I guess, last year. So it's awesome. It's one of my favorites. I love the way it smells. So it's a great perfume. If you just want a perfume, this is really good, but also it's going to have therapeutic benefits as well. It's great for skin health. It's great for mood. So it's very uplifting and euphoric.
Mhm.
And jasmine actually is considered the king of flowers. So you're actually getting two kings today in your BOGO. So just powerful oils. And so they're going fast. It's been a very popular day, to say the least.
Yeah, I ordered mine early. I didn't know that they had ever sold out before because I'm still pretty new, but I was like, I feel like I better, just had a sense that I better
I know. Yeah,
get
there have been BOGOs in the past where they've sold out. I think they do their best to make sure they've got adequate supply, but sometimes, some days are more popular than they anticipate. And so Hopefully we'll be good, but I just like to get my orders in
I got
early
my
to
order in. Yeah, yeah,
good,
totally.
good.
I kind of focused today on the skin aspect of these two oils because there's, yeah, every oil does a lot of different things, but
Mhm.
these are two really special ones for scarring, for
Mhm.
stretch marks, for just like aging skin, like wrinkles and
Yeah.
sagging is like I'm getting older. I'm more and more concerned about.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, I'm
I
really
feel
excited about that. I shared this story with someone earlier today that I studied in China when I was a acupuncture student, and there was this old man who every day was selling jasmine flowers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he would put them with a little pin, a little stick pin, and he
Mhm.
would pin it to your shirt so you could smell it for the day, and it was like,
Ah,
5 cents or whatever.
yeah.
I just am like, yeah. And we used to have jasmine in my yard at my old house. So I
Love
definitely love the smell. I
it.
think any smell that's euphoric like that
Mhm.
seems to be good for sex drive, is what I
Yes,
find.
yes,
So
it is. It really is. It's great for intimacy. It's just I just let like it just makes me just smelling it just makes me smile. It is just like it really has an immediate impact on your mood, and it really promotes a positive, uplifted mood. So I love it.
yeah, yeah. I didn't own that yet because it's spendy, and I was like, oh, that's on my wish list, but I just haven't
Yeah,
gotten it yet. And so
yeah.
now I got it. So
Get it? Yes,
anyway.
I know. It's like the perfect
Yeah,
time.
it's awesome. So I would like to just kind of bounce around today. I don't think too many people are on live asking questions. I think people watch it more later.
Yeah.
But we'll take if anybody wants to ask questions while we're on, that's great. And if not, Jen and I can go back later. So we're going to talk about stress and sleep and digestion. I thought we could maybe start a bit with digestion because I think that's was where you were coming from as a health coach and perhaps a human
Yes,
when
as a human, exactly.
you got into essential oils. So yeah, tell us that story.
Yeah, yeah. So I got into the world of natural health because of my own health issues, primarily digestive related. I started experiencing just really bad IBS in college and just kind of managed it, didn't do anything about it for a really long time. And it just progressively got worse and ultimately led to other issues, hormone imbalances, skin issues, anxiety, just a whole host of things. And I didn't know anything about functional medicine or integrative medicine. And so I did not even think that they were all related. And I saw specialists for all these different things and just got prescribed medications for all the different symptoms. And rather than looking at the body as a whole and realizing that, okay, like I need to look at the gut, right? Like so much of this, it's stemming from the gut. And so I really started just diving into the role of nutrition and what good nutrition looked like because everything I knew was pretty much false information. And
Like low fat and that kind of
exactly.
thing.
Low fat, artificial sweeteners, the lower the calories, the better, whatever. And I was just getting zero nutrients and not enough fat in my diet. And that's like such a key component to have. And I wasn't eating real food. I was eating a bunch of processed junk. And so starting there was really good for me. And the more I read and researched on nutrition, the more interested I became. I felt like my eyes were being open to this whole new world. And so gosh, this was about 5 or 6 years ago. That's when I decided to go back to school and study nutrition. And so I ended up leaving my job in pharmaceutical sales and just did a total transformation into the world of natural health and became a holistic health and nutrition coach. And that's when I first heard the words essential oils. I had no clue what they were. And it actually took me a couple of years to really even try them and start to learn about them and use them. But once I did, I realized how powerful they were and how healing they can be and how easy they are to use. And especially, when you're using really good quality oils, just how safe and effective they are. And so, yeah, the oils I started with, I wanted oils to address my immediate concerns, which were digestion and definitely stress. So I started using oils for those purposes and then kind of grew from there and started, experiencing other oils for other things. But one of the oils that really just turned me on to oils in general is Digest Zen, and it's actually a blend of oils that are very well studied for their ability to support and strengthen the digestive system. So it has oils like peppermint and ginger and fennel in it, which even used alone, those are great. So, I mean, you could use peppermint by itself or ginger by itself, and you're going to get amazing results. But Digest Zen, the combination to me is just like super powerful, and it's very fast acting. So, I hear testimonial after testimonial about how much this has helped my clients and my customers, and they get immediate relief. And I experience the same thing. And so, with these oils, there's a few ways you can use them, but especially if you're using oils for gut health and digestive support, applying it topically over the abdomen, 1 to 2 drops over the abdomen, and ideally mixing it with a little bit of carrier oil and then applying it over the abdomen. You're going to get a lot of soothing relief just from that, just from the topical use. But I also find taking it internally to be very effective. So with doTERRA especially, they are approved for internal use. So always read a label before you take an oil internally, because the quality of oils out there varies drastically, but these are approved for internal use. So I'll often do 1 to 2 drops and a little bit of water, and just drink it and get relief pretty quickly. And I will tell you, like, if there's one downside to this oil, is that it tastes like licorice. Some people love that. I don't. And so I usually will just put it in a little shot glass of water and like just shoot it back. But
It's so funny because I barely even like taste the
isn't
licorice.
that funny? Yeah.
It's like must be really strong.
It's so funny. Yeah. Like I am not a fan of licorice. I've gotten used to it at this point because I take it so much, but some people love it. Like when I do classes, I'll let people taste it. And some people are like, oh my God, that tastes so good. Like I just want to drink this in my water all day. And I'm like, okay, so we all differ, but it does taste like licorice. So just to know. But that is like my go-to oil for gut health. But like I said, the individual oils like ginger and peppermint and fennel are wonderful. Even citrus oils are powerful too, because they're going to help support digestion, but also detox and just eliminating those toxins.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Like that. And then a
Lemon,
little bitter
wild
for the like
orange.
probably the bitters probably stimulate digestion.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great point. I want to share a little story that
Yeah.
basically why I went from a doTERRA customer to a vendor, whatever, wellness advocate.
Wellness advocate. Yeah.
Because I was using the Digestin, frankincense, and oregano topically twice a day after hearing a lecture about parasites and how you could use these topically. And especially for clients who can't take a lot of pills, I thought, that's interesting. Let me give it a try. I had some of the oils he mentioned, and I can believe the result, like perfect bowel movements, just feeling great. And that's when I was like, this needs to go down because
Yeah. Like there's something to this, right?
and the digestion was always great.
Yeah.
It's funny to me, and now I'm trying to educate other practitioners about this. It's like I was using these at home for headaches and congestion and whatever, and I just didn't like make the transition in my brain that this was medicine.
Yeah.
Not that I practice medicine. I'm a coach. I'm not a doctor, but it's just funny how that happens. And then I was like, whoa, my whole like world is opening up on how I can educate people about these to be their own doctor, which is really ultimately, I think, what the person wants. They don't have to spend a bunch of money driving around town, and it's just empowering. So yeah, I love your story.
Yeah. And it really is like, I think a lot of people would love to be the healer in their home and have a solution or first line therapy available in their home immediately that may save a trip to the drugstore, a trip to the doctor's office, and something that's safe and natural. So I totally agree. And it's interesting that you said, like, until you experienced it, you never really thought of them as medicine. And I think a lot of people are like that. I mean, especially the fact that was you, and you even had the background in like Chinese medicine, and so herbal medicine you're very familiar with, and this essentially is that, but in a more concentrated form. So
yeah, and so much easier. Like when I studied Chinese herbs, oh my God, gallon jugs, right?
Right?
All stinky. I mean, I studied them and I passed the boards and whatever, but like I just never embraced them, honestly.
Yeah.
Some people did, but I was just like, I don't know. I was just like something was always lost in translation for me.
Yeah.
And the oils, I think people can potentially be intimidated at first as well,
Yeah.
but you can just start with like the digestion. You could just start with one
Mm-hmm.
thing. You could just start with these two BOGOs for the day and just experiment and just learn a little by little.
Yeah.
There's no race. And it's really, I think, about using them, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
experiencing them, because if it's just theory, it's not doing anything for you. But, having them out around your house, really, making sure you get your hands dirty with them, I think is
Yeah.
important.
Yep. Absolutely. It is. It's about creating new habits and, like using them consistently over time to where like it's just part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth. So have your bottle of lemon by your kitchen sink. So the first thing you do in the morning is have a glass of water with lemon,
Yeah.
and just things like that. Have the lavender by on your nightstand by your bed. So you put that on the bottom of your feet before you go to bed so you sleep
Mm.
well. Little things like that that can just kind of get you into the habit of using them.
Those are really great practical tips. And I think I'm about to write an article on ways to use it throughout the day, because I think it's like, oh, yeah, I heard of this, but I don't know what to do with it. I'm really into the hair,
Oh,
hair
yeah.
and oils right now. Having peppermint in your shower and using
Uh-huh.
that with your shampoo. It's going to wake your butt up in the morning, and
That's right.
and it's going to stimulate hair growth and clean
Hmm.
hair and balanced oil. So that's another fun one. You
Love it.
mentioned earlier you had digestive and stress issues, and
Yes.
I love your free gift is gut hormone checklist. I love that because there is such a connection between
Mhm.
stress and gut and hormones. So why don't you dive in to how oils can support stress, and maybe
Mhm.
you want to mention how stress is just derailing our hormones as well.
Absolutely. So, I mean, chronic stress, I mean, you can definitely, like, I think it's a very valid statement to say chronic stress is the root of a lot of disease, maybe all disease, because that's where a lot of it starts. When you're dealing with chronic stress for a long period of time, then that leads to what we hear of as adrenal fatigue, HPA axis dysfunction. And that's, where your cortisol levels get out of balance, whether they're too high or too low. And ultimately, that's going to throw off your other hormones, your progesterone, your DHEA, your estrogen, all of these key hormones that have to be in a healthy range within the body for you to feel your best. If they're out of balance in any way, then you're going to experience unwanted symptoms, right? And so when you can find ways to manage your stress effectively, and oils aren't a magic pill. They're not going to like eliminate your stress the moment you smell
Eliminate your
them.
debt and your
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's other things that you have to do in your life to really reduce the stress, learning to say no, which can be hard, not overcommitting, and just, doing different activities during the day that will lower your stress levels, such as prayer and meditation and walking in nature and, journaling and things like that, deep breathing, which can put you in that rest and digest parasympathetic state. But essential oils can be powerful tools to just help calm your mind and calm your body and get you into that parasympathetic state that we need to be in more often, right? So,
yeah.
some of my favorite oils for that, lavender is a great one that's known to, I mean, it's been shown to kind of help put your body in that parasympathetic state of that rest and digest state where your body can restore and heal and bring things back into balance. So lavender is a great go-to. I think it's like the best starter oil for all things stress, anxiety, sleep related. And so the best way to use oils for stress and emotions is aromatically,
I
meaning
agree. Yeah.
put them in a diffuser and breathe them in, or you simply take off the cap and breathe them in, or you wear them somewhere on your body where you can get that aroma, whether it's your wrist or your chest or on your neck, and you can get that aroma. Because the reason for that is because when you breathe in those oil molecules, that aroma, it goes through your olfactory system directly to the limbic system in your brain, which is what's responsible for your mood, your emotions, your stress, your ability to wind down and sleep, all of those things. And so it's just a direct path to that place. So you can have the
Mhm.
oils can have a really fast effect on your mood in that
Yeah,
regard.
I
So,
want to piggyback that real quick.
yeah.
I think a lot of women feel like, well, I want to be less stressed, but I can't like turn my mind off. I can't like,
Mhm.
it's like there's nothing can't get through, right? That's like the monkey mind,
Yes.
the like frontal cortex or
Yes.
whatever. So what you said is so important that it just skips over that, right? It doesn't let
Mhm.
you think about, oh, is this a good time to be less stressed? It just
Right.
goes, programs you to be less stressed, lowers your
Mhm.
cortisol really quickly. And yeah, I love that it's so simple to use. Just sniff it. I usually see take 3 deep breaths. I love to put it, yeah, on my wrist and just have it. This is like I know some people don't do Serenity in the day because they think it makes them too sleepy, but I do if I need it.
Oh
It's like a
yeah.
calm, yeah. And I'll just okay, I need another little whiff, and like it's
Yeah.
really nice.
It's so powerful. And I love how you said you would do deep breaths because that combination, if you really just took like, I hear, I don't have time, like I'm so busy. But even if you just took, 2 to 3 minutes periodically throughout the day, took a break, did some deep breathing, those deep belly breaths, and then why not like as you're doing that, breathe in the oil, right? So you're
Mm.
getting kind of you're doing two great things in one short activity, deep breathing and while you're breathing in the oils. And that is going to benefit you so, so much. So lavender is wonderful. The BOGOs for today are both amazing for stress and balancing the mood
Mm.
and uplifting the mood. Serenity, like you mentioned, I love it. I use that every night for sleep. And I will sometimes during the day use it if I'm feeling super overwhelmed. And then another favorite of mine is balance. Do you ever use balance?
I do. I haven't been as into it lately.
Yeah,
You go through your phases. I'm just like
you do.
not.
You totally go through phases.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm really into
So,
Serenity. I like the grounding oils too. I
yeah.
My favorite is like cedarwood is actually my favorite.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good
Yeah.
one. And that's the cool thing. Like, there's so many. There's not just one oil for stress. There's so many. And I'll just show this little diagram because all oils have different properties and can affect the mood in different ways, right? And so um, I mean, it's fun to try a lot of different oils and see which ones really resonate with you and how they make you feel. But um, even on doTERRA, they have what's called an oil chemistry wheel, which will show the different kind of properties of the oil and how they can some of the ways they'll react in the body. But I love this. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's this emotions and oil wheel. And I'll just kind of
Oh.
like on the front are the positive emotions, on the back are negative emotions. And so it will
Ooh.
just tell you. It's just so cool.
Oh, so if you're feeling down, it'll
Right.
tell you an oil. Oh, that's
It
great.
will. So, like, if you're dealing with sadness, then it will give you a list of oils that are just great for alleviating that. Or if you want to look at the positive emotions and you're like, I want to feel empowered, then it's going to tell you certain oils. Like, actually, ginger is great for feeling empowered. If
Hmm.
you want energy, like peppermint is great for energy. Um, Lemon, basil. So it's just really neat to like have a tool like this to where you're like, and it also just shows like how all the oils are so powerful for mood and emotions. They all
Yeah.
have those properties.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think I'd bust out oregano for my mood.
Oh,
It's
me
pretty
either. Yeah.
nasty,
I
but
don't want to diffuse that. I really don't want to smell it. It's
I
not the
take that when I
best.
need it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, but I really like that, and I'll describe certain oils. It's tough when you're online like us because I think it's harder to obviously people can't experience as we're talking.
Yeah.
But there's certain ones that I'm just like, this is how it makes me feel, and it's hard to like
Mhm.
I say, ylang ylang makes me feel like a queen. I
I love
literally mean
that.
that. That's how I feel when I use it.
Yeah.
Cedarwood makes me feel confident about myself.
Hmm.
It just does. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I don't know what percentage, it's a high percentage of women on antidepressants, on sleeping
Yeah.
pills. And it's just so amazing how much these can modulate your mood so quickly that
Yeah.
literally, as you go through the day, if you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling
Mhm.
low energy, just shift, shift, shift. You can just keep shifting it all day.
It's so true. And yeah, I've actually got ylang ylang right here because I'm diffusing it
Oh,
right next to
nice.
me. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
That's perfect. You're a little more organized than me today. I'm like, just not diffusing anything. When this is all over, I'm gonna boil
Oh
up.
my gosh.
That's
That's
for
funny.
sure. So there's one question that came in that I want to ask, and then I want to
Mhm.
hear about your free resource.
Yeah.
Someone was asking about thyroid. I actually just finished a thyroid talk before we got on this call, so I'm happy to speak to that. But I'd love to hear, Jen, what are some of your favorite oils for thyroid?
My go-to oils for thyroid are peppermint, frankincense, myrrh, lemongrass.
Ooh,
Those
okay,
are my four, and
okay.
they're great. I mean, you can use them individually, or you can combine them in a roller bottle with some fractionated coconut oil, and just apply them to the base of your neck 2 to 3 times a day, or even the bottom of your feet. And so, those are
Okay.
great oils to
So
support the
I know
thyroid.
about the three of those, but I
Hmm.
haven't really heard peppermint for thyroid. Tell me
Hmm.
why.
Yeah, I wish I knew the mechanism, but it's very well known to support thyroid function, hypothyroid,
Okay,
and
I'll have
those
to look that up
issues.
a little
Yeah,
bit more. Yeah,
yeah.
I just did like I think I did a blog. I'm trying to remember why it was, but
Hmm.
I did a couple talks recently, and a lot of those oils like lemongrass, myrrh, frankincense, they're modulating your immune system. They're
Hmm.
lowering and balancing inflammation. They're antioxidant. So
Hmm.
it's not like there's any one oil. It's like, oh, we're the thyroid fixer. That's like not how
Yeah.
nature works.
Mm-mm.
It's just modulating the whole environment. So if you're
Hmm.
hypothyroid or Hashimoto's, what's going on? Your immune system's imbalanced, your
Right.
chronic inflammation, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just kind of tamping all that down.
Exactly. And I love how you put that because yeah, it's these oils are working at a cellular level to help bring the body back into balance. They're very intuitive. Peppermint does have a lot of anti-inflammatory properties. So I'm sure that's one of the huge reasons why it's great for a number of different issues, including thyroid. But yeah, frankincense, myrrh, lemongrass, those are all wonderful. So
Nice,
good
nice.
question.
Yeah, yeah. I hope that helps our viewer. Thank you so much for asking. And let's move into kind of closing this out. And I want to hear about your free resource. I posted on here, but let me post it again because it got buried. I
Yeah.
love it's the gut hormone checklist. I feel like I never shut up about the gut on my women's health platform, and I feel
Yeah.
like people are probably sick of it. But if you don't address it, girl, you're gonna have problems with your hormones.
Exactly. They are so, so tightly linked that you really can't heal one without addressing the other. There's just no denying it. And so yeah, so this checklist lays out a couple of my top oils for actually a variety of components of overall health. So I call it gut hormone because we always have to address the gut, and so many people are dealing with hormone issues too, but it actually breaks it down even further into other components. So, immune support, adrenal support, which fits into the hormone piece, detox, which is another body system that you have to address when you're healing the gut and balancing hormones. And so it goes even further. It talks about sleep as well, great oils for sleep, because those are things that you have to prioritize. If you want to heal your gut, if you want to rebalance your hormones, you have to address the stress, you have to address the adrenals, you have to address detox, you have to address sleep. And so this guide lists like my top 1 to 2 oils for each kind of component, and then lays out protocols for how to use them for your purposes.
I
So
like it. I just got it. You sold me.
awesome.
I was like, that sounds great. Oh,
Yay.
it's so beautifully done. And you've got a little intro video. It's so awesome.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
I love how you said short but important 9 minute and 50 seconds.
Right?
Exactly. That's
Oh,
awesome.
man.
Well, this has been such great information. I just feel like it's just renewing my, joy for essential oils, just talking to you
Oh,
and
so
going off
good.
about it.
Well,
So
this
great.
was so fun. Such a pleasure.
So fun. Well, so your site is jenbroyles.com. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we have probably the best way to get in Jen's world is to just get that gift and learn about. I love how you said, you have to detox, you have to sleep well. It's so true. So people
Mhm.
are sometimes, well, help me with my hormones. I'm like, well, there's again not one magic oil. It's
Mhm.
really or supplement or anything. It's really balancing it all out and
Yeah.
recognizing in yourself where you need that.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and some of them are
Exactly.
clear, you know, if you're not sleeping well.
Right.
But some of them are less so. You need to kind of read your resource. Do I need to detoxify? Huh? Like what am I detox? That kind of thing. Blood sugar,
Yeah.
sneaker one. People don't realize, what an effect that is.
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah.
many things to think about. So, yeah, the oil, I feel like the oils really help just kind of bring all that back into synergy.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, Jen. I hope you enjoy your post BOGO week.
Thank you.
Vacation.
I hope you enjoy your BOGO week and post BOGO week as well. And thanks so much for having me on. This was a blast.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. We'll be sharing it around. Thanks again.
Awesome. Bye.